Yo, what is going on, guys? Troy here, Weight Gain Network, and today we are getting swole as fuck. I'm gonna break down and give you, I think, the best video I've ever thrown at you guys for just building muscle mass and going about it in a really interesting and strategic way. That I guarantee you probably never thought of. So there's gonna be 3 components to your training, and all 3 of these must be in your workout strategy to really gain muscle mass. And if you're a hard gainer, I guarantee you're gonna reach your genetic potential if you do all 3 of these components in every single training session. So actually, I shouldn't say in every single training session because a few of these are gonna be at different times of the day. I'm gonna explain and get into the X factor component here. So I've tried a lot of different things, and this is what I've been doing recently to really just surge past a plateau. And I'm gaining strength, I'm gaining size, everything is starting to really come together because I'm incorporating all 3 of these aspects. So I'm gonna throw this down on the ground, get this party started. So component number 1 is compound strength. And what I mean by this is, keep it really simple, guys. I got this workout load. Every single time I'm in the gym, I see, okay, cool. Deadlift. I did 435 pounds on the deadlift for 4 repetitions. Now, the next time I go in the gym, I am going to be like the fucking Terminator, and I'm gonna make sure I do 5 repetitions or I add 5 to 10 pounds on this lift. Squat, I've really been trying to come up on. I've recently hit around like 350 on the squat, really trying to get to 415, 420, so every single time I go in the gym and do squat, I add 5 pounds or 1 rep. So just having like every single one of these numbers tracked in your workout log is so powerful. So building muscle and gaining strength usually go hand in hand. So we want to increase our compound strength every single time we step foot in the gym. You should never have a workout where you're not focusing on increasing your strength even by a little bit, even if it's only 5 pounds, even if it's only by 1 rep. If you do this every single one of your workouts for a month straight, so say for instance you could bench press 185 pounds, and for 4 straight workouts you gain 5 pounds per workout. So we'll say 5 pounds per week. That's gonna bring you to 185 pounds to 205 pounds in about 1 month. That's a crazy strength gain. So if you're gaining 5 pounds on every single one of your compound lifts each workout, and I even factor in things like weighted pull-ups, barbell row, even like dumbbell walking lunges, just really keep a workout log and keep track and know before you do every single exercise, am I gaining strength, am I gaining a rep or 2? That's what it's all about, guys. But we'll say this is 50%. So 50%, we'll say this is 25, this is 25. So we got 50% more of our training strategy we gotta cover to pack on muscle mass, get swole as fuck. So time under tension. The start of my workouts, I usually try to lift really heavy and, good form. I'll start off with like squat, bench press, shoulder press, some type of heavy rowing exercise. And then I'll transition into what I call a time under tension exercise. Now, time under tension could be something like FST7, like I just showed you guys, like doing lots of like high rep, really squeezing the muscle, forcing blood in between your sets. It could be just like a high repetition shaper. Basically, it means you're doing higher repetition, shorter rest time, kind of going for more lactic acid and pump training. Now, what I found personally is I look a lot more ripped, I look a lot more vascular, and my muscles just look a lot more full when I'm doing some type of time under tension training. There's a reason why powerlifters and bodybuilders look very different. Bodybuilders actually do mostly time under tension training. I know a lot of fitness models and bodybuilders that never deadlift, hardly ever squat, never do bench press. They do a lot of shapers and a lot of machines, and they're focusing on their form. So my favorite time under tension strategies could be something like FST7, which I showed you the bicep video. It could be slow motion training. It could be even like a rest pause overload where you're going heavy, you're resting 20 seconds, and you're repeating that heavy weight for another 4 to 6 reps. Lots of different strategies incorporate time under tension, but having both of these components in one workout is really powerful, guys. And I've worked out with guys that only try to lift for strength, and most of them just don't look good. They don't look ripped, they're not aesthetic. And if you guys want just, those penny drop-in aesthetics, you want to make sure you incorporate time under tension and compound strength. So the third factor and I've left it a mystery here. I'm gonna call it the X Factor, and something about this, I saw a video a couple years ago about this, and it just made perfect sense to me. And I noticed, I did this on my arms a little bit ago, and it worked. I gained like a 1/4 inch on my arms in a little over a month. So what you're gonna do is before you go to bed, like 30-minute range before you go to bed, I want you to do some type of high repetition burnout on your arms. Now it could be something like a resistance band, just something, let me show you actually a little dumbbell action here. So for instance, I'm trying to bring up my arms and really like bring up any muscle group. What I would do is before bed, I would just go like really like high reps. So I would just go right here for like 20 reps, 25 reps. Really just trying to like focus on my mind-muscle connection. Really force that blood in the muscle. And I would rest for like 15 seconds. I would try to go for like 100 reps. Now obviously most people don't have access to a gym, like in their house or close by late at night. So a really easy thing you could do is you could just do resistance band training. So I can literally mimic this exact same motion doing resistance bands, and then I could do isometrics afterwards. So the point I'm getting at is just like flexing and holding a muscle and feeling that muscle work, feeling it pump, get that blood flowing right before you go to bed. I notice, I don't know the science behind it, I don't know like what goes into it, but it just makes sense to me, and I noticed that I look bigger and I look more ripped when I do this. So you can do this with like your shoulders, so you could do like just some like lat raises before you go to bed. If you want to do it for your shoulders, you can do like kickbacks. If you want to go like your triceps, you can do like some kickbacks, and even for your legs, you can do wall sits or anything like that. So I call it the X Factor. So think about it, guys. Say you're doing chest day, you got heavy bench press, dumbbell incline, barbell incline, you're doing maybe some low cable fly FST7, and then at night you're doing like push-ups till failure and then doing little isometric flex hold. But let me know what you think of this in the comments below, especially the X Factor stuff. Let me know if you guys have tried something similar, and if you're looking for more information on how to bulk up and gain lean muscle mass, head on over to weightgainmethod.com. Thanks guys.